The three tools we'll be using to check starters are an ordinary wire brush toothbrush shape, a regular screwdriver or long pry bar, and a 125 to 75 amp inexpensive battery load tester. Take the key out of the ignition switch. Secure all wheels with safety chucks. Place all manual transmission equipped vehicles in neutral. Locate the starter under the vehicle. Locate the large copper terminal where the battery cable is connected to the solenoid. Scrub off the terminal with the toothbrush so that a good connection can be achieved by the test equipment. Place the positive lead of the battery load tester onto the copper terminal, which is hot, on the solenoid. Use the wire toothbrush to clean up a good ground. Place the black lead of the battery load tester onto a good ground of the body of the starter or the engine block. As is often the case, the hot post on the solenoid is inaccessible. Connect the positive lead of the load tester to the bottom of the pry bar. Then touch the top of the pry bar to the solenoid. The shaft of the pry bar has been wrapped with black tape to avoid inadvertent shorts. On some Ford trucks with the solenoid on the firewall, the hot post on the starter solenoid is cold until the key is in the start position. Remove the small ignition wire from the solenoid to prevent cranking during the test. Then have an assistant hold the key to the start position to perform the load test. What we're doing is a better test than a traditional voltage drop because this method allows us to load check the battery, the cables, connections, and the engine block ground. When applying the load switch, readings around 9 volts are normal. Anything below 6 should be considered unacceptable. The second area of a starter test is an ignition system bypass. Use a remote starter switch as shown. Take the key out of the ignition switch. Hook one of the leads to the main battery post and the other lead to the solenoid S wire coming from the ignition switch. Check the brushes, armature, and pull-in coil of the solenoid. Use a series of short bursts followed by a short cranking period.